This is my proposal to turn social media use into creativity. I don't know about you, but I get stuck so often scrolling through socials, especially after I've posted something, waiting to get a refresh of a notification to give me that inspiration that I've done something well. What I want to do is use that cue to give way to doing something creative instead. Firstly, I think we just need to understand the impulse. So for me personally, the impulse to check is I want to see my creative work and I want to see more of it. And I want to see it doing well in my algorithm. But 90% of it is me just refreshing, looking at my stuff again, being yeah, I did something cool. I filmed a video. I wrote a song. I did something creative. Now, that urge, that impulse, that's a bodily reaction. And what I'm proposing is we take that impulse, then as soon as you go to do that, open your notes app and write something creative or whatever is on your mind. So then there becomes this association between going on social media and then being okay, great. It's time to be creative. The other thing you could do is when you feel that impulse is to leave the environment you're in. So instead of just being on your phone on the bed or on the lounge or something, just being oh, great, I'll take myself to my creative place. That could be your home office, or for me, that's this studio, which is, it's a little bit messy now, but who cares? It could be getting yourself somewhere where you've got your journal, maybe it's taking yourself out to a cafe. I love doing that. It really gets me out of my creative ruts. The last point that I want to bring up is that when you have the urge to scroll and then you start getting into the negative thought spirals, which we all do, and I'm certainly bad for this, is to stop, reflect, and then understand what the trigger was. So for me, I've been taking out my journal and writing when there's been a trigger. Typically, triggers for me will be artists and musicians that I've never heard of getting an opportunity that I would really want. And so then it makes me feel oh, what have I haven't done? And it's I know it's a bad thought cycle and I know it has no reflection on me. So I have the awareness of this old thought pattern. My corrective behavior is to get out, whether it's a Google Doc or a sheet of paper, and just write out why I'm feeling like this and try and do a little bit of light CBT. That's cognitive behavioral therapy for those that don't know. And it's to write out, what you're feeling in that moment, then to go and identify what thought distortions might be there. So if you're oh, I'm never going to get a gig, that could be the first bad thought, right? Then what are the thinking distortions there? Off the top of my head, there'd be black and white thinking. So never getting a gig. The second one would be catastrophizing, where it's you take something small and you make it big and huge. That's really all that's there in that one. So then the process will be to correct that thought. So, okay, never is not in there. So it's I don't have a gig right now could be a better way of framing it. Or, it could be I don't have a gig right now. Then to follow up, it's I want a gig and I'm willing to do this to get it or to try something new to get it. That's just one example. So this is a short one and it was just an idea that came to me. But for me, going forward, when I get onto social media to check if someone's liked my post or seen something, that is some part of me that has this internal desire to be seen and to be heard. And there's a much better way of doing that by getting in front of the camera and doing something new or getting creative with a song or a journaling exercise, because they make me feel productive and worthwhile. Whereas you get to the 10th, the 11th, 12th refresh of the gram and you feel like absolute shit. Anyway, that's all from me for today. If you like this one, give it a like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.